going on, guys? Panther here, your coach of the Carolina Clefables, and we are here with our P4G Next Generation Week 3 battle against Troy CJ and the Baltimore Oriolus. Took me a couple of tries to actually say that name correctly, but pretty creative name there. So anyways, CJ has a very scary team with the Mega Scizor, the Tapu Koko, as his primary offensive threats. He has a Salamence that he did not choose to bring this week with the I believe he has the Flying EMZ Crystal, but he did not choose to bring that. He has the Alolan Muck, which does very well against my defensive core, Seismitoad, and the Musharna as well. So just looking at the team preview here, the Mega Scizor and the Tapu Koko are just going to be for momentum on the team. The Musharna is probably going to be some type of defensive set to be that primary check to the Mega Metagross. Chestnut's really bulky as well, and is a great hazard setter, and it can really take on my Terrakion pretty good also. And the Alolan Muck just kind of wreaks havoc again on my defensive core. Goodra doesn't want to take it, Jellicent doesn't want to take it, my Sylveon does not want to take it either. Actually, let me fix that real quick because I believe I have Salazzle up on the screen right now. Let's see, but yes, so we got into this battle, and I realized at that point that I really didn't have much for the Alolan Muck, which I really had a feeling I was going to struggle with it. So one of my primary goals was to get rid of that Alolan Muck as soon as possible, because like I said, nothing just really wanted to take it. I have AV Electros. I do have the defensive Sylveon, but it can't really do anything back to like Assault Vest Muck. I have a Colbur Jellicent, but again, I'm fishing for a burn there. Terrakion can do quite a bit with Earthquake or Close Combat, or even Stone Edge respectively, but I don't want to get my Scarf knocked off because my primary way of revenge killing Tapu Koko. I have a offensive Mega Metagross with Earthquake that can kind of deal with it, but Shadow Sneak probably does a good amount to me. And then the Goodra is choice specs this week, because as you can see, it has a pretty good matchup here if I can get it in on something that's faster than naturally, and just try to predict around it. I figured his primary switch in would be the Scizor, so I do have Flamethrower just for that, because that's definitely enough to take it out on the switch. But you know, he doesn't want to switch in the Tapu Koko if I click Sludge Wave, and like Chestnut and Seismitoad definitely don't want to take a Draco Meteor, so it put a lot of offensive pressure on if I'm able to use it correctly. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into things here. I predicted him to lead with the Tapu Koko, so I wanted to go ahead and lead with my Electros to get off a slower Volt Switch. So I really felt like that was my best possible lead, is just leading with Eel. So he goes with Tony Stark, which is going to be the Mega Scizor. Not the lead I wanted to see here, but right out of the gate, turn 1, we decided to make a prediction here. We know that he's most likely just going to U-turn out. Watched a couple of other CJ's battles, and he really likes the momentum a lot, which his team really is built around that momentum to bring in his bigger offensive threats. So my prediction was he would either go to the Seismitoad, predicting the Volt Switch, or the Flamethrower. So I just go straight for the Giga Drain, and he does in fact go out to the Seismitoad. So I don't think this would have killed straight off the bat. You can see that he is actually Rendo Berry, and we definitely would not have killed it in one hit. So he's going to be able to get up Stealth Rocks here either way. But if he wants to get up his rocks, he's going to have to give me his Seismitoad. And he does choose to get up his Stealth Rocks, which is good on his part because I do not have any forms of removal, and those rocks are really going to pressure me over the course of the game. But we are able to get rid of his ground type here, and one of his bulkier water types to help stop my Volt Switch, because I did bring it over the U-turn this week because I wanted to try to lure in that Seismitoad and try to knock it out with the Giga Drain. Anyways, he goes to the Alolan Muck, and this is where I realized that we could potentially have a problem here because I don't really have anything that wants to take a knockoff. So I go out into my Sylveon because it is, just looking at the team, it doesn't really do so great. I can come in on the Chestnut and just fire off Hyper Voices, but if the Alolan Muck's AV, it can take it on all day. And then if the Mega Scizor is bulky, which I do not know quite yet. I know he doesn't have offensive investment, but I don't know if he's physically defensive or specially defensive. Then I'm going to struggle with that as well. So I choose here just to start firing off Hyper Voices to try to weaken things. I want to weaken the Muck is why I clicked Hyper Voice. Did not think he would actually go into this, but that is what it is. Now here I actually predict him to U-turn out, so I just actually stay in and fire off another Hyper Voice, because like I said, I need to get this Alolan Muck in range for my either my Mega Metagross's Earthquake or my Terrakions Earthquake. So I need some chip on it, because neither one of them knock it out from full, and I don't know if this thing shook a berry or not yet either. So we fire off the Hyper Voice, and we can now see it's Black Sludge, so not Sugar. So we're going to be able to kill it if we just get a little more chip on it. Again, Sylveon's kind of used up its usefulness here, so we're going to just fire off the Hyper Voice. We do outspeed, and we take this thing down to right about half. And I believe we do die to the poison here, but that is fine, because that is going to allow us to revenge this thing on the following turn. So here I go out to my Mega Metagross because I figured he may not want to switch and allow me the opportunity to set up. If I do set up, I can 2-hit KO the Musharna with Meteor Mash. So I just fire off the Earthquake here, predicting that he will not allow me to set up and just stay in, and that is actually what he does. So we are able to pick up the KO here on the Alolan Muck with the Earthquake. So Sylveon did his job. I didn't do a whole lot in the match, but it did put it in range for Mega Metagross's Earthquake. So we're playing the start of this match pretty well, but CJ is also putting us in a position for his sweepers to win. So the match is very good here at this point. Anyways, he goes out to the Mega Scizor. He can't OHKO me with anything, even like Night Slash or U-turn, Bug Bite, whatever he wants to do. I want to get off some more chip damage on it again, because I'm trying to put him in range for my Scarf Terrakion, just to kind of clean up his team at the end of the game. So I need Scizor low. So if I lock myself into Stone Edge, I can just kind of try to sweep if I can get that Chestnut lowered as well. So now he brings in the Tapu Koko. I go out into Goodra, thinking that I would be able to take the Volt Switch or the Thunderbolt, and this guy, he's got Banded Wild Charge, and that absolutely hurts. So he is a physical Tapu Koko, which just it does a lot to my team. And I did not bring Golurk, my ground type, so he has no qualms just clicking Wild Charge and claiming a life every time it comes in now. So now I've got to go out into something that threatens it out. He can't knock out my my Electros in one hit, and I don't want him to I want to try to pick up some momentum here. We threaten him out like if we had Acid Spray or something like that. So we just go ahead and fire off the Volt Switch here, and we are able to pick up a little bit of momentum. Now he brings up the Musharna. I obviously know this thing is bulky, but what I don't want is this thing to start setting up Calm Minds on me. So I want to go out into my Jellicent, and I want to taunt this thing is what I want to do. No, actually I believe I Toxic it on the first turn. I know this thing is synchronized. I know I'm going to get poisoned as well, but I do not want this thing setting up for me. And like I said, I'm trying to set myself up to be in a position to where Terrakion or the Mega Metagross can sweep at the end of the game. So I'm okay with my Jellicent getting lowered here to try to pull it off with one of those two, because we're kind of down here at this point with his power that he has. That Tapu Koko primarily being our biggest problem here. So we get the Toxic off on it. Now I want to taunt to prevent this thing from Heal Bailing, or like I said, Calm Minding or Moon Minding or anything like that. He just fires off a safe Shadow Ball here, and does quite a lot to us. Yeah, that was a critical hit, but it really didn't matter. I wasn't going to switch out with Jellicent unless I got this thing down very, very low. I wanted to keep this Musharna low with taunt and whatnot, because Jellicent doesn't really do anything. It gets beat by the Koko or the Chestnut here at this point. So I guess he predicted me to Scald there, perhaps. Yes, and he goes out to the Chestnut. So which is a good play on his part. We do not get a burn, and what I think here is he's most likely just going to Spiky Shield, so I just click an attack, but he's got Substitute, and as soon as I saw the sub, I was like, oh god, I already know what this thing is, because if you see a Chestnut with sub, you know it's going to be the Belly Drum set. So now is where I'm at the point where I am terrified. So I go out into my Electros because I know I've got to break the sub for my Terrakion to be able to attempt to revenge kill it at this point, and he does reveal the Belly Drum. And that most certainly puts him in range to pop his Salic as well. So he is +6, +1 at this point. And I know I've got to kind of play around this thing So we're really he's really put us in a bad position here because I need Electros to help me check that Tapu Koko. So he is able to get up the belly drum and blow us back here with this Drain Punch. We have no chance at living at all there. So there goes Electros, and we are down to just Mega Metagross and my Terrakion now. So we go out and try Terrakion because we are Choice Scarf, so we will outspeed, and we are able to revenge this thing if he does not have a lot of HP investment. We did find out after the battle, I believe he only had 36 HP investment, so we do pick up the kill on the Chesnaught. But we are locked into close combat now, and he definitely knows we are Choice Scarf, which gives him the opportunity to go in and try to pick up a kill with his Koko. So we do not have a choice here. I cannot live a hit on the following turn anyways with Mega Metagross. I've got to go out to Mega Metagross. My only chance to win at this point is to get Terrakion back in and start not only clicking Stone Edge, but critting the Musharna, like a super crit on the Musharna, and because I can't take the Psychic plus Bullet Punch from Mega Scizor. So he's up. I gotta lock myself on Stone Edge to have any chance at all at winning. I don't even know if a crit on Musharna would have helped me. Definitely killed this thing with the Stone Edge, but we missed, so it doesn't even matter. It doesn't get that far. It really didn't matter in the long run. It just would have saved me a little bit of differential because I would have knocked out the Koko, and we could potentially have knocked out one more. We probably would have knocked out one more mod, that either being the Musharna or being the Mega Scizor, but I don't think we could have knocked out both because Musharna would have taken one, psychicked me, and put me in range for the defensive Mega Scizor's Bullet Punch. So I don't know the calc on the crit, but we would have been relying on it, so it didn't really even matter anyways. But good game to CJ. He brought some amazing sets, as you can see, with the Belly Drum Chesnaught, and then the physical banded Tapu Koko, just straight power, just plowing through my defense. But I feel like we played really well, and there's not a lot I would have done differently with the team that I brought. May have prepped differently, prepped a little bit better for the physical Tapu Koko, but I really felt like we played just. I don't think we could have really done anything differently. We played very good, in my opinion. Made some pretty good predictions with Electros, with Mega Metagross. So it is what it is. It was a really good game. It was a fun one. I had a lot of fun with the game, even though we didn't come out on top. So good game again to you, CJ. You guys be sure to check out his channel. It's going to be in the description down below. And be sure to catch week 4 next week. That's going to be against Ultra Gamer and the New York Metagross, I believe. I think it's Metagross. But we will play them this week, and so that will be up next Friday. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, we'll see you.